Hi, this video will show you how to configure the forward event. Forward event is used when we have a number of readings that have the same number of readings, the same name and same types, and want to consolidate the data received in each sensors and consolidate into one sensor. So whenever data received in any sensor is copied to the consolidated sensors, and accordingly we will be needing a sensor ID reading to be added to the consolidated sensor in order to differentiate the record, each record in which sensors sending this data. And this is accomplished by configuring a monitor that will be using the forward event. Next step is that showing this how to accomplish this in MasterOfThings platform. Now the second step in configuring forward event is to go to the MasterOfThings platform and starting creating the consolidated sensors. So we'll go to sensor manager. Once we have a sensor manager, we define the originating sensor, the sensor that we need to copy its data. So in this case, in our example, we choose the type of flow rates sensors, and we see we have a number of them that will have the same type of readings and the same name of readings. So we choose one of them and starting using the copy process. When we click a copy, we will have the configuration of the sensor listed. So we just need to rename the sensors to, in our case, consolidated flow rate sensors. And the other data is used from copy, we can cancel it, remove it, because it's not relevant. And but the most important thing is that we need to add a new reading, which is sensor ID reading, as stated earlier. Then we move to the next step. It will be a number, no problem. Again, this kind of information is not relevant and we don't really need to touch it, but we just make sure that a new sensor ID reading have been added. And next, put it min and max values, and we click copy sensors. We get a new sensor with 4049, and these sensors will be the consolidated sensors that will collect information. So the next step is that we need to add the monitors. So we simply log to monitor and click add monitor. In the add monitors page, I will search for a sensor that I'm interested to get a copy of its received data. In this case, it will be the flow rates sensors, and the system will list it the flow rate sensors. So I'm interested to get and configure a monitor for every sensors. So in this case, I will click select buttons and click again select. So the system have select all the sensors. Moving to the next step, I will choose which reading that will trigger the monitor to fire. Then it will be the product reading, and I will see in the list of events that there is a forward event added. I select forward. Next, this is a configuration of the monitor event, forward monitor event. So in this case, I will choose a name that represents this monitor will be consolidated flow rate, and it will be triggered in any value, and it will send a copy of the data to the sensor number 4049, and I click submit. I receive a confirmation messages that is 79 monitor have been added, and there is some sensors haven't got monitors added for some reason. This is out of scope of this video. The next step, I will need to verify that the sensors, the forwarding is working properly. So simply I will start by building a project. I will build a project for reviewing the consolidated sensor, so the data received. So it will be this project will be test forwarding, for example. I'll create a page, and the first page will be like view. Change to view. Once select the view, I will drag a grid, and choose edit source for this grid, and it will be this new sensor have been added, which is 49, and I will select all the moment and click submit and save, run the project. Previously I will not have any data, but back to the sensor management, I will choose one of the flow rates sensors like 137, and I said add, or I click add, and let's enter value like 300, add this value. When back to the ID and run the project again, okay, I will see data have been added. So I have been added 300, and the sensor ID have been added. So whenever I add readings, data received for these sensors, flow rate sensors, it will copy its data to the sensor and the consolidated sensor as well. After adding a consolidated sensors and configure monitor to forward receive data and copy to consolidated sensors. Now, what about all data received earlier before configuring these monitors? We can get a copy of this old data by using a new feature added in a MasterOfThings platform that is called monitors. Under monitors, replay event. In the replay event, it will ask you what sensors you want to run the monitor again. So it will show me the list of sensors. In my case, I would be interested in the flow rate sensors, and for our demo I will choose a couple of sensors and click next. Okay, what kind of monitor you want the system to run, replay this monitor again? So it will be forward monitor in this case. Click next, and it will ask you for the duration you want the system to run the monitors, and copy the data exist in the sensors database into the consolidated sensor. During this period, I will select maybe 1 month back. In duration, I will select today and click submit. Once it's completed successfully, I can go to my project and click run again. I will see further data have been added. Maybe I can change the settings of the grid, disable scrolling, and say project run again. Now I will notice there is a readings received and copied from different sensors during the selected period of time. In this last part of the video, I will show you how to visualize the data on the consolidated sensors in a different plugins. So in this regard, we'll add a page called report. In this page, I will drag a bar chart plugin and configure its data source to be the sensors we have, which is 49, and usually I will choose the interesting reading to show and its reference sensor ID, and make sure that I am selecting group by sensor ID, and then submit. And before I run the project or this page, I need to enter two important reading, which is value fields and label fields. Value field representing the reading that you wanted to show in the y-axis, and the label fields will be the x-axis. So I'm interested to show the product. And in label field, I'm interested to show sensor ID. I just need to make sure I am using the same syntax and format. I mean, be careful to the capital and small letters in the reading, and then click save and run the project. I will see the project sensor ID 177, the values 505, and the other as well. Maybe we can add more plugin. Maybe pie chart plugin will be suitable. Again, we will have the same source of information that I will need the product, sensor ID, and grouped by. Submit. Before that, I need to make sure something, the reading values field and the reading labels field, the same like the chart. It's the reading value would be the product, and the reading labels will be sensor ID, and save. Once on the project, I can see this is the bar chart presenting the same data in a different format of the bar chart. And I can also add a grid beneath. The grid will show me more information, the same information I'm presenting here. So I will data source, choose product, sensor ID, group by, and submit. And maybe also make sure this is not enable scroll, and click save, run. So the data showed in the grid can be showing in a different format like bar chart and pie chart. Also, something interesting can be showing here, that I can control the data source to be showing in the not the fixed dates but from a generic dates. It means number of days to subtract from the current days, assuming that I wanted to show the readings received yesterday or 2 days before or 7 days before. In this example, let's say I will receive 70 days, and click submit, and maybe add this as well in the grid to show the same impact. Okay, 7 days. I click save, so it's impacted, and again add this into 7 days, submit. So now all the plugins have the same query result, and I click save, I click run. Okay, I'm seeing that it's only have two reading received 70 days ago, exactly 7 days ago, and it's showing in a different format, grid or something. Thank you for watching.